My book depicts Malaysian history, as it were, in the magic realist tradition. That's to say, I'm writing about two characters, Gabriel and Lydia, who are both encountering Malaysian history for the first time in very literal terms. And so on one hand you get Gabriel, who has encountered one of the prophets that appears in a lot of the Melayu hikayat, while Lydia is faced with the legacy of her communist grand-aunt and the Chinese traditions of ancestor veneration and spirit veneration that dots the Malaysian countryside through small shrines. And as both of them converge on the town of Kuantan, the capital of coastal Malaysian state named Pahang, both of them are confronted with a history that they didn't really expect out of Malaysia. My story, on one hand, engages with history, but the real part of it is that the story depicts how these characters are wrestling with the theologies and the histories that they've learned throughout all of their lives. I feel in Malaysia in particular, fiction has not yet entirely explored what Malaysia has been outside of a very narrow narrative of that. And I think it's easier for us to go back with a certain nostalgia, real or imagined, for the colonial period. I think it's easy to go back to a certain extent to look for the glory of the Malaccan Golden Age, or to go back to very comfortable histories, for lack of a better word. I would like to believe that I've written for Malaysians and for other Southeast Asians. I have hopes that the novel reflects different kinds of rebel Malaysias that also appear in the narrative of this country that we've been given. And I hope it also makes Malaysians curious about those rebel Malaysias, those alternative countries that are buried underneath the government textbooks and the ethnic narratives that we've been given, that synthesize all those stories into the peoples and nation and land that we have now. I'm very interested in people and places. I'm not very interested in nations or borders or kingdoms. And I think it's easy to get lost in these narratives, be that in Singapore or Malaysia or anywhere else, in which we're tied to nation states and we're forced to imagine along those lines. I hope we are willing to reconsider and sometimes subvert those ideas.